Hey, the Chicago Bears just pulled off an unprecedented move here, and they've done it so quietly. And this latest hire of Eric Bieniemy is another move. He's going to be our running backs coach, and with Bieniemy agreeing to join Ben Johnson's coaching staff, he's going to serve as our running backs coach. This is just such an important role in Johnson's offense. The evidence of that. You guys saw how he utilized the duo of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. So much success. And this is when he was serving as offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions, obviously. And you guys, we have a DeAndre Swift situation. Didn't really deliver on the contract he was given. And no doubt this move's also going to fuel so many fans being the table for a certain college running back out of Boise State for us to use our 10th overall pick on him. That's for a later date, but just a fantastic hire. We're going to talk about it in detail in this video, but we're looking at now, among other coaches, Eric Bieniemy, Press Taylor, Antoine Randall L., our defensive coordinator. Let's talk about what these guys have in common. Zooming out as Bears fans, this staff is unique. It's unprecedented in recent memory as fans. And it's also about a couple things here. The questions being asked: how do you change a team? How do you change a culture? Now, you can give a bunch of roundabout, silly answers to this question, but the answer should be simple: winning. Winning changes a culture. Fix an undisciplined team. Well, I don't know. No longer being okay with being undisciplined. And the Bears are filling this staff with winners. Guys that are going to coach these players hard. Exactly what these guys are asking for in the media. Even during the season, the star players on this team were asking to be coached hard. And also, these three coaches specifically, they've all won rings as coaches. Not to mention, also, Bears defensive coordinator Dennis Allen won a ring as well. But I'd say Bieniemy leads the way. 2 Super Bowl titles with the Kansas City Chiefs. Before his rise to offensive coordinator, he spent years molding talented backs, most notably during his time with Kansas City, right? From 2013 to 2017, he coached the running backs. And during that period, this guy worked with elite backs, Jamal Charles, Kareem Hunt, helped the Chiefs establish one of the league's most productive rushing attacks. And his success as a position coach naturally helped him earn the offensive coordinator job in Kansas City. And then things just exploded. He played a role in developing Patrick Mahomes, winning 2 Super Bowls, 55 years old. Granted, he spent this past season at UCLA. Before that, he was in Washington. Both didn't go so well. But before that, he's not here to call plays. He's not here to be OC. We're talking about a 10-year run with the Chiefs, included, once again, 2 Super Bowl wins, 3 AFC titles as the team's offensive coordinator. Before that, running backs coach, got those great years, fantastic rookie season out of Kareem Hunt. Bieniemy is now going to bring that experience to Chicago while joining new Bears head coach Ben Johnson's coaching staff. Now, everyone wants to talk about this Chiefs run. It was a great run, but we're forgetting something. He got his first NFL coaching job in 2006 as Minnesota's running back coach, and he was there for 5 years. Who was drafted in 2007? We're talking Adrian Peterson, one of the best backs of all time, 5th all-time in rushing yards, and Bieniemy was his running backs coach for the first 5 years of his career. Just a huge part of developing him in the pros as his position coach, right? And then we're talking about during the KC run, coached running backs for 5 years. Once again, great years out of Jamal Charles, rookie breakout of Kareem Hunt, was the OC in 2018 at the start of Mahomes' career, there for his MVP season, and won 2 Super Bowls, and also got there for a third and lost one. So we're looking at this guy wanted to be a head coach. He couldn't get hired. He bounced over to Washington, got fired along with Ron Rivera, lasted 1 year at UCLA. But beyond this experience, Eric Bieniemy coached with an attitude. And also we're looking at Randall L., hard-nosed receivers coach, Al Harris, discipline-based secondary coach, as Tyreek Stevenson, and man, all balanced by a record of winning and top-end experience. as players as well. And so now we've got Ben Johnson, Eric Bieniemy, Antoine Randall L. These guys are all in a room with Caleb Williams now. Add in Declan Doyle, Press Taylor, JT Barrett. I mean, we have got with the young guys, and I'll say with Ben Johnson too, just creativity absolutely everywhere, youthful energy, fresh up and coming minds. But now it's balanced with level headed, an experienced hand, and that's Eric Bieniemy. Overqualified for the job. Absolutely, yes, right? Driven to prove himself in the NFL again. Also, yes. Now we've got a hungry championship presence on this coaching staff. And it's really looking like the coaches in the league, they agree with what team president Kevin Warren said at the outset. The Bears will be one of the most coveted jobs in the NFL. And as coaches, you've got the potential for long-term success, right? But also the ability to win absolutely now, to build something crazy. So really, that's the best of both worlds. Incredibly short leash for coaches. That's a thing too. Now, this has got to be translated into wins. You got to hear me out here. As fans, I know I'm tired of this, sick and tired of being winners of the offseason and then absolutely face planting during the season. I'm absolutely here with you guys. But goodness, this is a talented staff. And the makeup, I'm not sure I've seen the makeup of a staff like this during the time that I've been rooting for the Chicago Bears. And I'm 40 years in. And none of this matters if we can't get the offensive line in order, right? Let's cover that. Ben Johnson knows it. It not only includes overhauling the talent in the room, of course, but also finding the right man to lead the position. And I'm going to hear straight from Ben Johnson here, excuse me. I think the offensive line is certainly an area that we need to get better play from moving forward. And this is straight from Johnson. We'll develop a plan of attack for how to get that done. But I'm looking forward to getting an excellent offensive line coach in the building to help develop the young talent that we already have on the roster. We'll certainly talk about acquiring talent to bolster that unit as well. I was certainly blessed the last few years with the men that I worked with, and that was something I would love to replicate here as well. And the Bears are rumored to be bringing in a new coach into town, and Dan Rouchar is the front runner. What an addition this guy would be to add to this staff. Now, we're looking at Rudolph and Fry being interviewed as well, all qualified to move into the NFL. But it's this guy's NFL experience makes him a favorite. He also has a link with several of the coaches on this staff: offensive coordinator Declan Doyle, defensive coordinator Dennis Allen. He was the Saints offensive line coach when they had Pro Bowl players like Larry Warford, Teron Armstead, Andrus Peat, Max Unger. I mean, they've had some good linemen on that team. His coaching experience, fairly diverse on offense as well. Coached running backs and tight ends for New Orleans before taking over the line. He's over at Tulane doing really good work right now. We've had him in the building for an interview. He would be just a great get for this team too. I'll go into it a little more detail very soon. I think we're going to hear about him putting pen to paper very, very soon. At that time, I will get into him in more detail. But man, I think this is unprecedented, this staff that we're putting together. And it's not like Matt Eberflus, he threw it together in like a week and a half. There is so much time, so much meticulous work being put into these coaching candidates. We're making great hires, perfect balance between innovation and creativity, and then proven level, steady-handed, proven winners on this staff as well. I don't know how you can hate a single hire on this team so far. You guys let me know on the comments. I know you always do. You always will. We'll chop it up there. Let's enjoy this as we get past the Senior Bowl, as we get into draft season. Can't wait to see how the rest of the staff fills out. And I would look for an offensive coordinator to be hired, not an offensive coordinator, an offensive line coach to be hired very, very soon. And we'll get into that when it's done. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm here on the Daily of Chicago Bears News. Like and subscribe. Be a huge blessing to us. And see you, Bear Down.